guys.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome back to the Tropical Hour GX podcast.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Once again, we have Jeremy,
Hello.
Danny,
Hello.
and Boss Thomas.
Hi.
And today's topic is the championships that have just finished.
Yes.
It's old format lah. It's still
Yeah.
Brilliant Stars. So congratulations to Wayne.
Woo!
Yeah. Wayne.
Dr. Michael Morbius.
So Dr. Morbius won Singapore Nationals with Arceus Inteleon.
Yep.
So I heard someone had a little bit of input into the deck.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Almost 60%. Maybe 60 cards.
Metafy.ggg.
Called it in episode 1. Arceus made it to BO3. Arceus will win. Arceus.
He was the one he called Arceus. Yeah, he
Yeah.
called Arceus to win the whole tournament.
He caught the deck, I caught the winner.
Yes, you did.
Not
Yes.
bad, not
Yeah.
bad.
You
I
really
called the
win.
top 4. I called the top 4.
Oh, this guy.
He needs a winner.
He needs
Yeah, give him 1 win. Give him 1 win lah. So Arceus Inteleon, best deck in format for Brilliant Stars meta.
I won't say best deck in format lah, but best deck to play in this format. BO1 into BO3.
Yeah.
Because his list beats the mirror lah, hands down lah. I think very hard for you if as other players if you face this list, because this list has number 1 double Sharon Care because I like Sharon Care a lot. Yeah. Then number 2 you still got the one pricer option. Yeah. And I think Win last minute jammed in the water energy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
which is
perfect.
The fifth, I think that's the which I think good lah, because you got one more attacker plus.
For Inteleon,
Yeah,
right?
and I told him like to include Puff the Pig lah, because you know why not? Like you can start off, then you Puff the Pig, people cannot start off.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And some more, this was his technically his first major tournament, tournament. Yeah, so big congratulations to him. Fantastic.
He deserve it lah.
Yeah.
See, play so much.
Yeah, since he started coming like playing regularly leagues, right? So he's the finals. He beat a veteran,
Yeah.
Suikai, in the finals.
Baby
so,
Shark.
So Suikai played Arceus Birds, which was also I think is a great
Yeah,
deck.
great
deck
meta
also.
call lah.
It's a great meta call.
Good meta.
But unfortunately,
It's not very good against the
Arceus
mirror,
Inteleon, because doesn't play Sharon's Care as well.
that's the downside. We see if Arceus deck is playing Sharon Care while you're not playing Sharon Care, basically you cannot use Arceus to hit into the Arceus.
Yep.
Because it's a loose trade. You know, you
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah, don't gain any value of the trade lah. Plus, Wayne also ran Dance Pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it makes your Zapdos a bit useless.
And
lah,
the buff
I
also
would say.
stops the Zapdos.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
buff also
so
stops. Yeah.
a
So
lot-
like,
a
a
lot
lot
of
of factors lah. That's why.
Yeah.
Unfortunate lah that you have to be with the
Yeah.
players lah.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like Pokemon is not just you go net a deck, then you just say, oh, I'm very good lah. I just net the champion
Yeah.
deck. Because all these minor like switching out of cards, right,
Yep.
really does matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially like because for this tournament they could not switch any cards. They
Yeah,
were
correct.
the submit this back
In
like
April 22,
3
I
5
think
weeks
this is
ago.
pre-EOIC. EOIC day 1. It was day 1, yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
was happening
like
over here.
back then like the meta was still like quite undeveloped, I would say. Like
Yeah.
there was like not much Urshifus and all
Correct,
those
correct.
you know, all those decks we see now. So
Yeah.
this is very good lah. Yeah,
It's
I
like the
really
first,
like,
it's the first patch.
first draft
Yeah.
lah.
Like the game, the first patch. Yeah.
Haven't update, you know,
haven't
the
update
DLC
yet.
haven't come
Yeah.
out.
True. So another other few players we can shout out who made top 4. Edmund, he got in. Yeah, Edmund got in with Mew.
Yes.
Someone's
as expected
bro.
lah.
Someone's bro here.
Wait,
or
this
dad.
guy got 4th even though he lost.
Yeah, because it's a perfect Swiss.
Yeah, so it's a perfect
So
Swiss.
it's a bit unfair lah, the Swiss there, the ranking.
Wow, that's like
Yeah. So
Because he going in at 303.
yeah.
Then after he lose, the thing is like he's the biggest loser.
Yeah,
He just
so
got-
he just-
but to be honest, the second place and the fourth place is
Doesn't
not
matter.
really big.
Yeah,
I
because they
mean-
all win the same thing lah.
Okay lah, you could argue that, but then the trophy law.
A bit different.
trophy
Ah,
lah.
so I
The
think
trophy
so.
there
Yeah.
put
Same
finalists,
thing.
semi finalists law. That's why like Suikai is a bit angry ah.
Also,
I still feel angry for him.
Suikai didn't get a finalist.
Yeah, he got
Because
the semi finalists.
and he was like the
after
Top 4 lah, top 4 lah. Got top
okay, we
4
don't know lah. This
Yeah.
one TPC lah.
but okay lah, still got
I mean-
invite. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I
what it
mean-
matters mah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I
Yeah,
assume Jackson was playing.
Whimsy Court.
Yeah.
Yeah. So congrats to the 4 players lah.
Quite a varied top 4 for Singapore.
Yeah.
I would say it's a good meta call. I would say it's a good meta call.
Yeah.
I heard Walter, he played a very interesting.
He played Sanaconda.
Everything
with
lah.
with a lot
Jolteon.
of things inside.
It's like Fast and Furious, you know.
Yeah.
Him and his family. Then got like a lot of everything inside. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he got pretty bad luck that day lah.
Yeah, but
because,
no choice,
like,
man.
yeah, I mean,
If you play a lot of
Something
one-offs,
is
then you
yeah.
like bad run.
I heard he one game he like Crobat to 6 after that played Professor Research with the DTE.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's
that's like
Wow, that one is
cancer.
really.
That's
Like,
tough.
I mean,
yeah, you
If it
see
happens
like
like that-
11 cards, you know. Wait, is it 11? Yeah, I don't know lah. My maths failed.
level 12.
Yeah, a lot of
but still
cards.
It's a
Still
lot of cards.
So like
but
even
still
the
not
best
beat
player in the
DTE.
world can't wiggle out.
Yeah, can't stop
Yeah,
that.
so no choice lor.
Yeah.
But from what I see, the top 12, I see a lot of new names that I've never seen before.
Yeah,
I might be living in a cave lah, okay? I'm not so into the Pokemon community, but I see a lot of new names, which is like, I think it's quite good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, shows that the game
yeah.
is actually growing up. We have new players.
it's like everybody has an even
Yeah.
playing field.
Yeah, I do agree.
I mean, speaking of new players, right? Especially to three of us, we played the qualifiers, right? I think we can give like what would you think is a good advice we can give to new players who may be joining like all the new tournaments coming up, like the coming
official
season.
tournaments lah.
Yeah.
I would say like change your deck sleeves like one day before the event, so like you won't have to have any issues. And also,
Okay, and one more thing. Dude, if you want double sleeve, just double sleeve.
Yeah.
Double
Double
sleeve,
sleeve,
just
double
stop
sleeve
it.
all the way.
Just
Inner
stop it.
sleeve
Just
all the
stop
way.
it.
yeah, it's
Okay.
either you innocent all the way or you don't
Yeah,
innocent at all.
it's like just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do half.
My
Yeah.
advice from playing cards for so many years is just don't inner sleeve because so many you have.
You will have a lot of weird
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that you
yeah.
get. Like your inner sleeve suddenly a bit bent.
Yeah,
then they can.
Yeah, don't do things that will penalize you.
Yeah,
you know,
and also I think
put
like
you
the
at
way
disadvantage.
the way you roll your dice, like you don't want to drop it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
so
you want to, like,
Minimum gotta roll like 2 or 3 times like
Do
that.
it like you're doing a bowling.
Yeah, like a bowling style.
You know, like actually roll the dice properly, so they
Yeah.
people cannot penalize you for these kind of small things.
And the thing is, if you do it against somebody you know, then it's not very nice. Also.
Yeah.
But actually, this is a very interesting question. Like, let's say if someone your opponent rolls a dice, right? Then you use your arm to block the dice.
Cannot.
Yeah lah.
No, it's like
Attack,
to prevent it from dropping out of the table.
Still have to reroll.
So
still
reroll. I believe still reroll that.
Still reroll, okay.
I believe lah.
Then you do what? Like Beyblade lah, the die drop, you feel lah, then roll back.
I mean, because like different players has like different
Yeah
different
lah,
opinions.
true,
Like for me,
right.
it's like I prevent the dice from dropping, so I think it's okay.
No, but once you touch any of your body parts,
I feel
Yeah,
like
I
it's
think
already
you should
manipulating
just
the
so
dice.
what's the
now,
difference
right?
from the dice touching my arm than it touching my deck box or something or my deck?
just reroll.
Is it what?
Is it okay?
Yeah, just
I
reroll.
feel that you all before the game or even like when your opponent rolls the dice, you all should try to agree
Yeah.
on what is a proper roll.
Yeah.
You know, like. But
Certain
of course-
ground rules lah, certain
Yeah,
ground rules.
yeah. I mean, like sometimes it's very obvious, but if like I really randomize the roll, I just
But
roll
I
normally.
was thinking like, since it's already like 2022, why
Yeah.
can't they just use the electronic dice?
Yeah,
Cause
Why is stopping?
Maybe they always
because-
manipulating.
Cause Pokemon
Yeah.
event don't allow electronic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
no,
don't
as
allow
in, like,
electronic
if-
devices.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they don't want you to know the actual time, because I can actually manipulate time. If
You
I
see?
know time's gonna end, I can
That's
just
where like
quickly
Ultra
pass
Pro
item.
come out electronic dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Any
Ultra-
other things to?
I think to add on to the
Yeah.
sleeve, like for me personally, when I change a new sleeve, the sleeve becomes very like loose, like when you
Okay,
put the
understand,
just slice
understand,
off. So
Fresh sleeves lah.
when I change the sleeve, sometimes I change a few days before. Or actually the day before, I will like just shuffle
Just
it,
shuffle, yeah,
like
yeah.
get it a bit like used, a bit like
Climatize.
ah.
You know, like army.
season.
Get a
Get
season,
a season, then
yeah.
at least the thing won't like fly off.
Yeah,
Just
so
solitaire
get
a bit.
few,
I remember like going to my first tournament, like I just changed the sleeve. I think in the morning itself, right? Then I put the thing down, right? It kind of slides
No,
on the table.
I tell you, when you change the new sleeve, in my shop
Yeah.
always happen because I'm in a card shop. The guy very happy, buy a new
Yeah,
deck.
sleeve.
He put his sleeve, then he Hadouken the opponent. He take Hadouken, then the card come up from the middle, zoom.
But also generally you want to use like solid color sleeves.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like fully opaque.
Like maybe like from like Dragon Shield.
The
Not-
dual max,
Yeah.
which I think is very good. Although it's a bit more expensive.
Yeah,
But, you know,
confirm like how
you
to say
fly-
you won't
if you-
see the back of your
Yeah.
You
card.
fly all the way to
Any-
London, then you get the
Yeah,
You
you
get
won't
a
have any
penalty.
issues of like mark cards or anything lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one more advice I'd like to give to newer players is, okay, for example, you like to play reverse holo cards, you know some people like the blink cards. I would advise you to blink your whole deck. Don't do half-half.
don't go half half or
Because sometimes these kind of small things, right, like people can call you out, say, oh, why your energies are like, wow, like why your energies
like
are
your whole deck only play 4 Ultra Ball, then your 4 Ultra Ball is RH.
Yeah.
Then it curls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like
It's
people,
like,
you know, don't let people catch you on these kind of
Yeah.
small things which can be avoided lah. Simply.
Yeah.
by playing like just playing normal
Yeah,
card,
just
normal
play
card,
normal,
normal
yeah,
card.
normal.
Also
Yeah,
don't
just
really
play
use ultimate guard. Ultimate guard katana. Like because I had
Normal
to
card sleeve.
I had to change my sleeve at one of my second quality stage to change my sleeve. So I bought katana.
Oh.
So after like using it for like 1 minute, I think got like 5 on my sleeve.
Katana leh, isn't Katana like Dragon Shield?
Yeah, I heard Katana very good.
top tier.
I don't think Ultimate got
but
Katana also.
personally, I use Dragon Shield orange
Yeah.
If
I think Dragon Shield
yeah.
cannot go wrong right?
Yeah, cannot go
We're
wrong
using
with
for
Dragon
like
Shield.
at least 8 years already. I don't think. Yeah, I think.
Not a sponsor, but
Not sponsor,
wink, wink. Wink, wink.
To be honest, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
I
Like,
mean, those that play against me, every time you see orange sleeve, me yeah.
I completely switched to Orchid, the dual mat for Dragon Shield. It's really, I've been using Dragon Shield like since I started playing, and it's really can't go wrong with Dragon Shield for sure.
Yeah, then like, please lah, don't use a ETB sleeve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just don't lah.
Try not to use like official Pokemon sleeve because they peel easily.
Yeah.
And
For collection, I feel it's okay, but
Yeah.
for playing, right?
no.
It's like you play, like you, okay, for example, you play with friends. They play like, hey, your sleeve breaks here, you take a few change. You go tournament, then they say, hey, why your this is then you keep changing.
Yeah, you know, you take a lot of time.
Then your opponent will cut your deck properly
Yes.
because they don't want
They
you
want to give
they have to
a lot of
randomize.
time,
yeah.
Then you keep changing, then it's like it's wasting everybody's time.
Also, I think to take note on that, just on that note, like sometimes the same sleeve, the same color, like night blue, there's like a very slight.
The reason
thing,
is like it's different batch.
yeah.
No, never use a mixed sleeve from the different
batch,
batches.
yeah.
Cause like
So you buy the 100, right? Just use that 100.
that was usually just throw or what.
To
then-
play safe, you know.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
The other 40, you combine the other 40, put some fun deck.
But I mean,
Okay.
this doesn't really work on like black. From my side, like black doesn't really have this like issue.
A few color don't have this issue
Yeah.
because maybe they do a lot.
Yeah.
That's why they are just using.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you use the newer ones, then they are testing
some
out the market,
interesting
right?
color,
Then
color.
suddenly you see, like the color a bit.
Yeah, so
a bit
another thing to
different.
note is, for example, if your deck plays status conditions, so I mean, it's a small courtesy to bring like poison counter.
Yeah,
know?
because you are playing like
because
that,
you
you're
are
playing.
playing poison decks,
Yeah,
right?
I
I mean,
do
so just
agree,
bring
I
a
do.
poison counter, or if you're like playing a deck that has burn, bring a burn counter.
correct,
You know, okay, dice damage counter also. If you have bring, very good.
Yep.
Save a lot of people time, you know.
Yeah. No, everything I don't have.
And you
I
know,
only got
like
60
from
cards.
now, like those ETBs, you know, they give
Yeah,
those,
they give the
because now
numbers,
HP a bit high lah, understand lah. So you know, use those solid numbers one, easier to see.
But confession, like, I don't like to bring decks, just I play Mew.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
I don't need
why he
to
kill, why he kill?
I don't need to like against one
then,
kill.
oh yeah, especially if you're playing like Mew or those, you know, your Genesex. So
Yes.
like, if you don't like to tap your cards, you can maybe like do those
win
Use token.
yeah,
So I want to win the champion who has
those
a use
ability
token.
counters,
Ability use
So I mean, it's to just to
Have me.
keep the board state clean lah.
Yeah, so
Sometimes
that your
you know,
opponent-
there are a lot of messy players lah.
Yeah.
Not to mention name lah. Yeah, then
But
sometimes
it
you don't know
also-
what they're doing.
It also gives you like your opponent to have like zero ways to like angle shoot you.
Yeah,
or,
correct,
Or like
correct,
sharking you, you know. Like sharking and angle shoot are the same thing.
Yeah, so you use the term
Sharking,
sharking.
yeah.
So
What
what does
does
sharking
sharking
actually
mean?
mean?
Yeah.
Okay, sharking is like probably like playing on like the players who are like newer and uninformed. You know, like when they
Okay.
make something that you catch them on the error, and then like you know.
So ruling, catching them
Ruling
on
lah.
ruling.
Not really like how do I put it this way?
Okay, so if someone double draw and you catch it, it's not shocking.
It's not shocking. It's just that you call it like drawing. They call it judge.
Okay.
Cause it affects the state of the game, right?
Yeah.
Because you are breaking the rules, right?
Yes.
Double draw.
So what does shocking?
Yeah.
When sharking is like let's say your opponent plays a boss but hasn't like just shows a boss but he's thinking whether to use it.
Okay.
Like then he like
He reviewed the boss already.
review a boss with you. Then but he say, oh my opponent, why you want to show me your boss? Means you're playing it. Right? Or like, okay, one example of sharking is 2013 World's Top 4. When you know Jason Klinsky played the end. He went receiver to end. Then he put the end. Then after that, I think Dustin Zimmerman was playing. Yeah, then he just shuffled. He said, then Jason Klinsky was like, what are you doing? I never play end, but you put the end there.
Okay, so
I think that's one way, you know.
okay, but so for those who don't understand what Danny just explained, so basically last time there was this supporter called N. So and this trainer card called Random Receiver. So Random Receiver text is you review cards from your deck until you reveal a supporter. So Jason Klinsky reviewed N, but he said he did not say that he was playing the N, but the opponent assumed that he was going to play the N, so he just shuffled his hand back into the deck. So then after that, Jason Klinsky called you out and say, why did you shuffle your deck? And when I never declared that I'm playing the N lah. So it's quite awkward. To put it in today's terms, it's like okay, I show you the money, but
Go send research.
like example.
Okay, for example, you Luminian, you take the money out.
correct.
And then you
The
just
money out.
Luminian, you show the money.
Yeah, but
then the guy
you never
use.
declare that you play the money, but your opponent shuffle into the deck. So something like that. So Danny is saying like like basically
Using that to win.
using
But
using
that's
that to gain
reversible. Money is reversible.
I know, but then like
let's say
Roxanne,
Roxanne.
Roxanne come out. So like so Danny is saying like if someone does that, then like gain, I would quote unquote unfair advantage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so is that your like
Yeah,
definition
after-
of shucking?
Yeah.
Or it's like the guy trying to nitpick things.
Yeah.
Big things lah.
Like, I Ultra Ball, I show something. Hey, are you benching it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I show the thing. But benching it or not benching it is still my choice. But I have to show you, right? So if you put near the bench, they thought you will be benching. So that this kind of thing.
Okay, I think
Yeah,
for
okay,
me, one
so,
experience of like shucking was like, because I was playing against like this guy, like acquaintance quite some time back. Then I like to shortcut too much. I like to shortcut.
yes,
So I went to shortcut. Then like, so for him to, because I was up a game, then he was down again. So he tried to shut me, say, hey, why are you doing this? Because like, I've been doing it for the past few turns, and then like,
Okay.
then like you didn't say that, why you say it now? Then he's like, no, you have to do it proper. Then I called a judge.
Okay,
Then the judge was like, the judge ruled against him because like, ruled against me because he said that, you have to do it
Yeah,
proper lah.
but I agree with the person that called against you because you are supposed to do
Yeah,
things in order.
but so like shucking people. Okay, people know who shucks on people who shortcuts, and I think that's like
But that's not wrong.
Yeah.
that's not wrong. But
Okay, so one very I think common example I can give is example any ball search, okay, throughout the for now, okay, quick ball example, I quick ball, I take my hand, I take an energy card to discard for the folder as quick ball, right? I already played the quick ball, right?
Yes.
But I suddenly take back the energy card, I say I want to discard another card. So in this case, by right,
Cannot.
yes,
yeah.
it's cannot because I already so called played the quick ball.
No,
mah.
and you reviewed the
and I
thing
reviewed
already.
the energy card. But if I review a face down card to put down with the quick ball, then I tell my opponent, you give me a while, I want to reconsider. Then I feel it's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely right if my opponent call me out if I already showed the card. But if I haven't showed the card, I feel it's okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I think a lot of new players don't understand this.
Yeah.
So sometimes when they do their deck search, right, they just quickly, like for example, like they want to level ball. Example, they level ball for a drizzle. Okay, but after they took the drizzle, they already showed the drizzle to the opponent. Then they decided that, okay, actually I don't want this drizzle. But you already showed to your opponent.
Yeah.
So I think a very good habit for new players is, okay, sometimes because
Just calm down.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
calm down.
calm down.
Okay, don't show your opponent
Yeah.
what you are searching first.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
put it face down on the table. Do a quick 30-second search. Confirm that you really want that card. Then you show.
Yeah.
So your opponent, this gives you no chance for your opponent to call you. Hey, but just now you already take out the drizzle already. What? So cannot. You play the drizzle, you must take the drizzle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So this is what I mean by
But disclaimer.
you go play with people in, like you go McDonald's
Yeah.
for person.
Yeah. I mean,
you play through the whole night, right? You will not learn this game.
Yeah. Because
So
it's-
yeah, if you
this
go play in a
is-
tournament,
yeah.
you will
Because sometimes we are, like in these kind of settings, we are very casual, But then
Yeah.
when it comes to these kind of high stakes tournaments, things have to be done properly.
Yes.
Because
for sure.
I do
and you cannot blame the person
Yeah.
that shucks you.
yes,
Yes.
because he's
Yeah.
just he's just making sure that everybody's having a fair game. Yeah, so it's actually not the person's fault. But for as for like what Thomas just now said, like the benching whatever, I find that one a bit too much lah. Because sometimes
He's trying to get something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think my definition of shucking would be like the person is trying to irritate you lah.
No, but
Basically.
you can shuck, but don't. As in, shucking is okay, but then you don't nitpick. Like, you
Yeah,
nitpick
correct.
every
I
small
agree.
thing.
Like some things everybody understand. Like okay, I quick ball for a Pokemon, I search a Pokemon. Okay, I put it there. Doesn't mean I'm going to bench it. Okay, that one
Yeah.
is quite known across the board lah. I mean, if you play anywhere else, I feel it's correct lah. I can't
like
just
you
search the
Trinity
Pokemon.
Nova, then you want to put free energy, then you taking away.
Yes.
No, you review the
example.
energy already. You want to put where?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
But you put already, don't take out, put the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
place.
Yes, correct. Because
Don't do
once
that.
you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that, your opponent can call the judge on you.
Yeah.
I mean, it might seem very small thing, but then it's
This
because
is add up.
yeah.
But
because-
disclaimer, don't shuck in your casual event.
Yeah
It's
lah.
not. It's
yeah.
like just
I
a
mean-
cunt. You're just a cunt for
I mean, like
shucking a casual.
sometimes because like we said, we lack of all these like official tournaments.
Yeah.
So we cannot give. I mean, we seldom have this opportunity to play in such a competitive environment. So like players might not get used to it.
Yep.
Even for these nationals, sometimes I do see players allowing other people to take back, etc.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, okay, it's nice of you lah, but to let your opponent
It's
take back.
like eventually you go to Worlds already. These people are all not your friends.
Yeah.
If-
If
They let you take back, right?
Yeah.
They might not win the Worlds because they let you take back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
correct.
to put it
Yeah.
like what
Very
Thomas
blunt,
said lah. Yeah. To be bluntly is like that lah. So
Yeah.
I would suggest as a newer player or even old returning players have the good habit of not doing shortcut. Play on
Play
the
properly.
turn, play properly lah.
You
Treat
take
the
a level
game.
ball,
Yeah.
search your one thing, then you see
Correct,
the next
correct.
level
Treat
ball.
the game
Don't level
seriously
ball.
I mean, in casual sometimes it's okay.
In one good way, I think PTCG. Like
Ah,
PTCG
yes,
is
yeah, it's a good way to
how
do
is
it.
it done, right? It's
Yeah.
not just just click. But you see the way they do it.
Yeah.
Ultra ball,
Yeah.
discard, so you search. So
Don't
do it
skip,
like that.
Don't
Yeah.
skip steps.
Don't skip.
Okay, I mean sometimes if you are play testing, fine. But if you are playing like
You have training.
For real,
You have
yeah.
training to play in a major
in a
tournament.
yeah, just
Practice
go
doing
through,
this.
yeah, because it adds up the time, and time management is one of a very important aspect in Pokemon TCG, because you won't want a tie. Tie is 1 point, win is 3 point. Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Play faster.
yeah, play faster. I mean, yeah,
I mean,
Actually, I just thought of something. Let's say if your
Yes.
opponent was wearing shits, right, indoor. Okay, just forward if he's wearing shits indoor.
I'll call
what?
the judge.
He's wearing shits indoor, but then his shits, right, you can see his cards from the.
Yeah, that one is your
Up to
ethic
you.
already lah.
So-
Yeah,
so-
up to you lah.
Will you tell the
I will
judge?
tell him lah. I will
Yeah.
tell him
Tell him,
lah.
yeah.
Like why?
why would you do that to
No, I
yourself?
encountered it before. I asked the
I
guy to remove.
The guy wears shades indoor.
Yeah. So I was playing this event quite some time back. The guy was playing shades indoor. Then like he was a Japanese, so I couldn't tell him to remove his shades.
Oh.
Then you just like that, ah?
Yeah, lah,
No, that I because I don't want to like.
I know what you did. You just stand to his eye.
No,
That's what
I
you did.
didn't.
Oh, sure.
Saw the card.
No,
Yeah.
so I didn't want to like the judge say, oh, this guy knows that this guy knows that I know his hand. That why is he not calling the judge? So I went to call the judge saying, hey, he's wearing shades. Can you just remove? The judge didn't know like why you want to remove the shades. The judge was like, why?
Then you explain
Then
to him
I
lah.
asked the judge to look his eyes. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah lah. I mean, because sometimes we get very competitive while playing cards. You know,
Yeah.
all of us are actually quite competitive.
Correct.
But win the correct way lah. I was
Yeah,
saying.
play fair lah, play fair.
There's no glory in
Winning by
winning.
cheating- by cheating or what,
To
!aiyo!
me lah, to
It's
me
like a
lah,
low
yeah.
blow.
Yeah.
You low blow and
yeah.
a pin.
exactly. Our community isn't like so massive. Even like I think
Yeah.
if like someone like keeps like cheating, you're definitely gonna be caught out
Yeah
for
lah.
sure.
And maybe because because like I said, the situation right now in Singapore is because we don't have a lot of competitive events, so people tend to be more friendly, in casual or let you take back,
Yeah.
all these, yeah.
Yeah.
So like for those players that are going to Worlds, especially if it's your first time, my advice to you is do everything cleanly, very clean. You know, Ultra Ball, clean. Level Ball, clean. Play supporter, declare you're playing supporter. Boss order, put down, then point.
Yes.
Don't take and point. You know, that kind of thing. You know, do everything clean. So your opponent cannot do anything to you lah.
Yeah.
Cannot call you out for anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's also look at. I mean, that's good. That was a great chat about what new players should look at. And let's also look at the other championships that happened. So Malaysia happened 2 weeks ago. So before Singapore. Yeah, Artavan won. So I did an interview that you guys can check out my interview with Artavan. So Artavan won with
Lucario, right?
Yeah,
Lucario
very
Asus.
interesting.
Good deck. I know Keith played this deck.
Oh.
I mean, I like the whole like idea behind it lah, and I think it's run to the meeting because he has the answer for us, he has the answer for Mew. That was the base of the deck.
triangle lah. The
Basically the triangle. But I think the most interesting deck was Kang Fai's runner-up deck. Because he played Melamar. So he played Melamar in the time before Melamar. Now Melamar is so hot, but he played it during the time before Melamar. Because he already saw like, it's a way to hit new VMAX. It's a way that you can
disrupt your opponent.
disrupt your opponent as well.
Did he
after
ran
running.
the Jotion or not yet?
No, he didn't. Yeah, it was just Melamar.
just
Arceus in
Libero.
Melamar. So Arceus will charge the Melamar, and Melamar is like straightforward.
So like spend money into lock lah.
Yeah. Okay, so then we also have the Philippines one, which also happened concurrently with Singapore.
Yeah.
So Sky Mendoza.
Yeah.
He won with Arceus
So interesting.
Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX.
Wow.
Dark package.
Yeah, with Dark Package.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
a
that's
lot
like
to take in.
That's a lot to take
1,
in.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 energies, guys.
14 energy.
This
a
is
lot.
very unique. I would say unique.
Kind of like, so Adrian Akuza played the finals against
14
Christian.
energy though.
Yeah, 14 energy is like a bit overkill, like, in my opinion. I don't know.
But you only play like what, less than 10 supporter, right? Like,
Less than
7.
10 supporter.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
3
research,
3
2
research.
balls,
9,
2
9.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
And he also plays trading
Libero.
court, so it's like
Yeah.
Wow.
Really a lot of energies. So
Really a
confirm plus chop.
Confirm turn 1 attachment,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, this kind of deck. Yeah,
And
but
the
I can see the idea behind this because at that point of time, everybody was like trying a way to beat Mew, Arceus.
Yeah,
you know,
the-
like Mew and Arceus were the one that had the target on the back. So like this, your Urshifu covers the
and
Arceus.
also plays
your
two
duck.
Moltres.
Yeah,
That's
your
interesting though.
your duck.
Usually I see people play one. Only.
Yeah, your duck package covers the.
Wait, so they don't play any like
New
he don't play any
matchup.
Galarian Moltres, the small one.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, he
yeah.
doesn't. He just play pure VMAX. Yeah, so it's quite interesting.
And he doesn't play E-Switch.
Yeah.
I think
How
the curve
thing
is
structured.
even.
Yeah.
That's why everybody, because okay, I feel the old players they never keep playing.
Yeah, correct.
So
correct.
they technically they are like halfway.
Ah.
Then
Yeah.
the new player catch up because they play more.
Yeah.
So we had an even playing field.
Yeah, many of these players who started doing Sword and Shield were really like during the pandemic era. Many of these players were
played
interested in
a
the
lot
game.
online,
Right,
I
they played a lot of
guess.
online, a lot of PTCGO tournaments, and now like moving to real life,
Yeah,
they just
cards,
brought those
right.
skills over.
Yeah.
And
I mean, before the top 8, it was all single elim. So, like, no single elim, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so, okay, best of one. Best of one, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So,
yes,
like,
correct,
you know,
correct. That,
So
that
I
also help
also
a bit.
feel-
That's
I
help a
also
bit.
feel
I mean,
Yeah.
like, not
Played a part
diminishing
lah.
his wins.
Yeah,
Of course not,
It's
no.
just like,
of course.
It's just like this format sometimes like punishes the, as we talk, I think
You bad luck, then you lose like
you
that.
bad luck, then you lose. I mean, but luck is part of the game now. So
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's quite interesting to see these kind of players, coming
It's
up.
good, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good for
coming
the
out
game.
This, especially the Philippines, this is quite unique, I would say, because I haven't seen something like that in the past, like in this format, yeah.
See, Artemis
Especially-
list also was because
Yeah,
I
so
think it was
it's quite
before it was
unique.
before
Yeah, it was
EUIC,
before all the-
before the Lucero Vista
Yeah.
gained some prominence
Because
in
at that
Brazil.
point of time, we were only in the middle of Brilliant Stars format,
Correct.
so I felt that like the format had not solidified itself yet. Although like they were the top decks, but you see how Brilliant Stars, because of all these regionals back to back, all
The
these
deck,
major
yeah, the
events,
deck just kept
yeah, the
evolving
meta
very
keep
fast.
changing and everything keep evolving. Like okay, from now, Arceus paired with Inteleon first because I can find anything. After that, Arceus, okay, never mind. Now I pair Arceus with VMAXs because Arceus is weak to VMAXs.
Yeah.
And VMAXs strong because I can be barrier, I can lock people's Inteleon. Yeah, so I think it's pretty interesting to see how the meta game changed, even though it's the same pool of cards.
Correct.
Yeah.
So all the winners for all the championships get a day 2 invite, which is fantastic. Day 2.
Oh my god, I wish I
Hashtag
had
free
it.
trip, by the way.
Hashtag free trip, that's true. And the top 4 players get day
Day
1.
one.
So
Yeah.
total we have from our C region 3 countries, that's 12.
So the Indonesians how?
Indonesia is a different system.
So they play their own, then
Yeah.
Thailand play their own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thailand got their own system
Yeah.
as well.
So I
But
think
I believe
for-
Thailand is also top 4, but Thailand had like a big match with 200 with
But how does
12
it work
players.
if they go world? So do they use Thai cards?
yeah, you use
Yes,
Yeah.
they can use their own language.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like they can use their language.
Because right now, I think Southeast Asia, for those countries that got their own language cards printed, they are allowed to use their own language.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's different.
And they are on par with us, meaning the release dates are like quite
Sometimes
similar.
they are faster.
Yeah, they're faster
yeah,
now.
sometimes
They're
they're
faster now. Yeah,
faster,
because they during the Thai championships
Yeah,
already,
I
they're
think
used to
it's
playing.
also very cool because like last time they all of us were playing English cards.
Yeah.
But so like I think some of them like they're not good with English, so they cannot play the game.
Yeah.
But now they release locally their language.
There's a big splash of
And
players.
I
Yeah.
think that having your localized language really boosts the game. So
Yeah.
it's like a Thai guy, he might not be very good in English.
yeah, but now with Thai cards
Yeah.
you can actually
And
play the game.
English
Yeah.
cards must be imported or something like that. I
Yes,
don't know.
yes,
So
yes.
maybe if there's release there, then it's easier for them to get hold of it.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
but I feel
do
that
you ever go to a Thai regional and then see like with 20-30 players like before? But now there's a 300 cap,
Yeah.
which over cap, and then people have to
and
lottery.
to go into
And
actually
many
play.
good Thai players couldn't get in because of the
Yeah.
lottery.
So yeah, I
It's a big
feel-
boom for both Thailand and Indonesia. They could
Yeah.
bring out local language.
But I don't really like the whole
system right now.
no season, like the whole each country has their own language.
Mm.
Like cause like this is what I'll see in potential like future regionals or something, like people will like rule shark over the language. Like I didn't
Oh.
yeah, this is a
Don't they have like Oracle text?
No lah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean-
but probably because like the issue with this is, I mean if we are playing like the common meta cards, I'm pretty sure that you will know
but
that.
okay, so like
unless you are playing something like there's like binary drop or like.
so there is this like stereotype in
Yeah.
among Japanese is that they will always use language barrier as a way to
Oh,
to,
I mean.
to like reverse their move or something like
no
they did.
lah.
The only
No
thing that I
lah.
think is unfair is the
Yeah.
like some cards are not readily available for a certain language.
Yeah.
So
So
for
like
example,
local folk-
charismatic.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
like
unfair for all the TPC
Yeah.
regions like
So it's
playing their
unfair.
language. Yeah.
I mean like for your case of ESL,
Yeah.
But I think it would be quite cool if like TPC decides to do a like Southeast Asia like circuit or like
Yeah,
or
would it be-
regionals or big tournament,
I would love that ESL tournament in
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah,
Somehow.
but be like
Not some weird format.
Yeah. But
it's like a
normal
proper
format.
tournament.
You know like the for TPCI side they have 4 ICs, right? But my dream one day is like we have our own IC.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
Southeast
we should
Asia.
have-
We should
Yeah,
have.
we should have one big major
We're all
event.
under one region, right?
Yeah, like 1,000 over players.
So you see, like,
it'll be
I don't think we have
quite
1,000. I don't
insane.
think we
lah.
have 1,000.
Nah, confirm 1,000, bro.
You see,
if Thai can
if Thai can come,
yeah.
all can
300
come.
cap.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I
Even
think
for
I
us,
think it's
yeah.
segregated by
language lah. Yeah.
If or for example, it could be like the winners, the top 4 of the countries all will meet up.
Play like a champion league, like
maybe,
in Japan,
like a
Champions
Champions
League.
that'd be interesting as
It'd be
well.
quite cool lah.
But of course, please, like if we were to play this, like if we're gonna play Japan format, please tell us we're playing Japan format.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind playing like the full a format that's different, but I want to know from the beginning that we're playing this format. Then we all can prepare our decks.
For sure. Yeah, that's the dream lah. One day,
Don't ban the card 6 hours before the event.
Not wrong.
So speaking of worlds, the winners of going to worlds, you are also going to worlds.
Nice.
And I'm also going to worlds. So
Nice, double nice.
So are you two going to form?
Are you going? Never
Are
mind.
you two
Okay.
going to form a team? Or something like Thomas will sponsor you guys or something.
Okay, like how do you define a team? Actually?
Yeah,
what
my team? Yeah.
What's your definition of a Pokemon card
Team.
Yeah.
A lot of games have team. Esports team.
Yeah,
so I
like,
guess you
yeah.
the esports team, like.
So like.
But
what,
okay,
I'm
the thing
like,
is
It's
right.
like, okay, like look at like
I'm EG.
I'm EG. ESM. Yeah.
like certain like TCG like Flesh and Blood, like Magic, they have like
Yeah, I know.
Team
I know.
Championship,
Yeah.
Okay.
Team
understand.
Star City games. So I know
Okay.
like Team GG or whatever.
Okay, so I just want to know one thing. So if you have a team, but how is the team going to help the sponsor?
So for my understanding like certain like contracts, right? Like actually I'm not sure, but so what the people tell me is that like if you appear on stream, you get like money or store credit
Okay, that's
Yeah.
to help
to help.
to help promote
the
the
sponsor.
sponsor. Okay, but the thing is,
Then I
if you
think like if you have some certain finish, right, they will give you like incentive also.
but if your store is just selling cards offline and you're not big enough, then what's the point? I just want to know. Like
Yeah.
if you keep saying, hey,
Yeah,
Thomas, you
cause
GG,
I
you sponsor
think this is
sponsor.
for shop.
Yeah,
Shop
so
point of view,
okay,
shop point
so
of view.
you tell me to sponsor. Okay, I won't sponsor you. I'll sponsor you. But first you're not going to sponsor. Okay, so I'll sponsor you. So okay, you can tag along. So it's like okay, I sponsor you or okay. So I just want to know one thing because I'm very stupid. I don't know. So I want to ask. I sponsor you. I'm just a guy in the Farrer Park hole selling cards off my glass cabinet.
Yeah.
How is it going to help me? I just want to know.
Yeah.
Or is it just pure ego? That you think that, my name there, then like damn good.
Maybe
But
it's
the thing is, can your guy win every year? That's I want to know.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't need the guy to win every year. You just
Okay.
need to perform every
Okay.
year. Like I mean, like let's say if you're a Singapore store, right, you obviously want to sponsor the better players, like
Okay.
Clifton.
But how do you define the
Better
better
the thing
players?
is,
well, yeah,
better players are those people who constantly go to
Because
Worlds.
example, maybe like 10 players qualify for Worlds. So like out of these 10 players, how are you gonna pick like maybe like
No,
like
as in you want to
5
pick,
players?
as in you probably want to pick a player who constantly does well. Like that's like
Also, you believe in the player.
yeah. I mean, you also both
But it
you have to-
doesn't make sense from a business point of view, you see.
Yeah.
Like I mean
like-
I'm not a card shop owner,
Okay,
but
let's say
as
like okay, so one example is like let's say like if you're a senior and you're a good senior or
Okay.
good junior and you play right and you do well in the game right, then a store sponsor you right.
Okay.
What the store could potentially is maybe I lend you cards.
Okay.
Then like if you win money, get maybe like 20% of the winning or.
So there's money involved.
I mean, this is how you.
So it's like the Gustavo Wada, right?
Gustavo.
So it's like right. As a senior, then I give you all the
Mature
cards,
the
then you become
senior.
strong. So like raising Pokemon in real life.
Raising a Pokemon.
So you go to stage 2, then win most. Something like
I
that.
mean, that's what some like parents did also. Like,
I mean,
parents,
okay, I tell you, ultimately as a parent, because
You're
after all the cards
investing in
I
the
deal with a
sorry,
lot of parents.
I won't say
right?
a parent, like some older adults.
Okay.
Like, who
So
teach
like
a-
he lend the cards to the kid
to a
because he
senior
feel
or
that
like-
the kid
or he
now-
even like teach a senior.
Okay,
how to
let me
play.
tell you something. Now kids are richer than adults.
I do agree.
So they have no trouble getting cards.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But
So I just want to know. So if I send this team, they got it. Okay,
No,
this
yeah,
team.
yeah.
So I send this team over to Worlds.
Yeah.
So he said, hey, my guys all wearing my shirt. My guys playing the game. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, then go. They are my friends.
Yeah.
I'm still happy that they made it. So that day at the Singapore National, I was streaming on my TV. So I see Sui can win there. I don't feel like, hey, this is my shop player. Other shop player, no use.
That's
Only
a
my
very-
shop player. But the thing is, you see, I'm happy because I know them.
Yeah.
And they are my friends. It's not, for me, it's like, if you want to have a team, the problem is that you can put all the name you want.
Yeah.
But if you don't like each other and you don't work with each other, it's useless.
Yeah. Actually, I don't
Yeah.
like. Okay, I feel that my shop player better than your shop player. because
So
they-
what?
No, actually, I feel like that's a very
It doesn't matter.
childish mentality.
That's what, to me, it doesn't
Very,
matter.
Like,
Yeah.
There's this certain store in Singapore who like those are the kind where they take pride in like their player doing well in local event, which is like it doesn't make sense because like okay,
Why it doesn't make
Why
sense?
not?
As in,
Yeah.
like,
Okay, well, okay,
like,
well,
yeah,
if you win
You
local
dominate the local scene,
yeah,
bro.
so you think
For me, I think it's okay. What?
yeah, but then the thing is that you don't need to keep like flexing them. It's like
It's okay, man.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
the thing is
okay.
that I got this group of
like you don't need to.
Pokemon assassins.
Yeah.
Then they go everywhere and win dominate everything.
assassins.
Yeah, then it's like okay, for me, I mean you do you happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is for me is like if I'm a personal friend with you and I feel that you win, okay, to be honest, the 12 people I might not know all of them.
Yeah.
But if I know some of them, I say, hey, bro, good job, you're in the.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that. For me, it's just like that. If they go worlds, okay, dude, if you sit there, and okay, like among the 4 players, like for me, the 3 players I know, right? There only the Jackson that I don't really know. But if Jackson goes on stream, will you feel proud? That's like, hey, dude, the Singaporean's on stream. Would you watch it?
Yeah, I watch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So does it
That's
matter
the
which
whole
team you
point.
come from?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I tell you. Sometimes is you have a team. A team is just putting a name.
Yeah.
But if the 4 of us can work together, you put a name also no use.
I mean, okay, like it's like
Yeah.
like let's say you see like okay, one example. Let's say you see
Mm.
let's say Gustavo Waters on stream.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, then
Gustavo,
like
yeah.
he's tagged to any like
Okay, then we use maybe Pedro. Okay, Luminous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's say,
Luminous,
like,
Yeah, easy
So
example.
like, were you okay?
Yeah.
Like let's say you see a guy from Luminous and a guy from Channel Fireball playing
Yeah.
a Pokemon, like let's say
Okay.
the Worlds, like who will you watch? Like
Okay, the thing is right. It doesn't matter to me because I don't know them. So
Yeah.
for example, the Pedro, his friends will be happy.
yeah, he's going to
Yeah, their friends that hey, he's my testing partner.
Yeah.
We use the same sexy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even the organizing will be happy because like say Channel Fireball, getting featured.
Yeah.
So
But you
it's
see, China Fireball has a big website.
Yeah.
China Fireball can gain sales from that. Except for example, this guy he just do a premium, like like the Poke Beach or what. You pay money to go and see
Yeah.
their things.
Just the
So
articles, yeah.
you earn money from that thing.
Yeah.
You can monetize it. If you just the guy say I win, then like okay then it's like
It's like okay, lor.
you have the way is
There's no.
you must know how to monetize the
value
thing
lah,
to
yeah.
make the shop make sense because after all shop is a business.
yeah. So basically, you shouldn't use it if you have like nothing to.
If you got nothing, then I feel it's just if you really think you have like some kampong pride, then go ahead lah. Yeah, you happy can lor. Like
Reigniting the kampong spirit.
yeah, if
Yeah, really, like
I mean,
kampong spirit.
it's not the first time I heard of these kind of things.
Yeah.
It's not the first time. To be honest, at least 3 times. At least 3 times. You know.
Yeah, I
At
know.
least
I
3
know.
times. Okay, so
I think
but
all of us know as well.
yeah, so I feel it's not a bad thing. But if it doesn't produce result and it fizzles out,
Who is to blame?
who is to blame?
Yeah, correct.
It's the shop spot
Yeah.
for
is
not
it the-
sponsoring hard enough.
Or is it the player?
Or it's the
for
player
not
that's not that good.
performing.
Or
Yeah.
it's just the shop doesn't have a manager to go and choose good players and try to rope them into your team.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay,
So-
I will feel
okay.
that you also like incentivize like your own
Okay.
play. Like okay.
Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you why a team works. Because the team, if I have a team, if I'm a team GG, I'll probably, for example, I say, okay, Nick is my manager.
Yeah.
I tell Nick to go scout the strongest player.
Yeah.
Not just people playing my shop. What's the point? What's the point? If there's a player at Agora that's very strong and he doesn't have a team, I will tell Nick to go scout him, bring him to my team. Then our team will have a very strong team. So I know my guys will constantly win. And my team is my friend. So my friends will constantly win and I will feel happy. And it helps me because they know, hey, this shop very strong. Because they got
Yeah,
5.
sure.
Yeah, that's the only way I can live. If it's just your shop 4 player come and play every week, say, hey, this is my team. But what's the point? So you dominate your own
the
shop.
shop.
Then you go other place, you lose. No point. That's what I feel. That's personally only. Yeah. So, any more questions on your team? I know you won't be in my team.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Don't need to.
Yeah. So
Oh, shit. Terrorize the lower tables of my shop events.
Watch as Danny goes to every shop and wins.
Yeah, his
you know?
team is team double digit. Then you say double digit what? Double digit table number.
Oh my god.
yeah, but
Yeah.
back to the Singapore team.
Okay.
Like so, I don't know lah. So for me.
But last time is there one.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
so last time.
No,
okay,
except
back,
there was a team Singapore.
Okay, like
Yeah.
back then lah. Okay,
Okay.
back then, you know, when I was when I went for Worlds lah. Okay.
Okay.
2013, 2014, right? So the quote unquote tradition is all the players that qualified for Worlds, Singapore players that qualified for Worlds, will try to play test as much as possible together because we wanted to have the big break, we wanted to like let Singapore perform because back then the top performance
Because
of a
what?
Singaporean was top 16
Okay.
at 2012 which is Xavier Chua and Clifton Goh Both of them very very good players, solid players, but now not playing much but they are still as good okay
Yeah.
So like the so-called tradition is we will like play test together because you must understand we are competitors, yes, but we are also fellow countrymen. But fellow countrymen does not mean I'm your friend, you know. So most of the time I would play test with my friends.
Yeah.
I mean like real friends because you see because Pokemon. Okay, one thing about trading card games is I can be playing the game, correct, but I am not your friend. You understand? like whereas like because
Where to draw the line?
Yeah.
Because once you meet, you all meet at top 16 at Worlds.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
You know that kind of thing.
Yeah,
or
then
like,
it's
or like because sometimes due to the nature of like playtesting, right? I spend so much hours with very simple with Nicholas, right? So Nicholas is my friend because you know like we not outside even outside of Pokemon we do other activities together. So that's what I mean as a
Eat. Just don't lie.
It's just
You always eat.
Like So because like then sometimes you know you don't want you have different testing groups, so like you don't want things to leak, you know, especially in this era where last time because deck lists were not easy to get, so like you know unique deck lists were a thing lah, like tags were a thing, but now where the information is so
readily available.
Yeah, so it comes down to more most of the time I come down to, you know, lists are very similar but probably the one or two tags.
Yeah,
or like play style lah, or like how do I approach matchup A, matchup B, you know. Like for me, I really love the game lah. So if you approach me to play, right, I will confirm say yes. I won't reject you. Even I don't really care how good you are, how bad you are. As long as you play the game properly, I treat you with respect lah.
If you can take a 1 hour match.
I mean
if you can take a 1 hour playing game.
Yeah. So to me, I think the idea of a team, or like rather, it's good to have
testing partners.
I won't say team lah, or like testing partners lor, because for you to improve in this game, right, doesn't necessarily always mean you have to play with someone better than you. Of course, it's good if you have someone better than if you're playing with someone better than you, the person can so-called like guide the path for you lah. But ultimately, I feel like okay, cause I won't say I'm a very good player. I mean, I'm decent, but at my level, sometimes what I gain through playing every day or whatever, or like with a player A, B, C, D, I don't care your worst player or whatever, is because I just want to improve on my gameplay. You know,
Yep.
I'm focusing on my gameplay. Like sometimes I know, okay, wow, shit, I play this card. I misplay. You know, these kind of small things. You know,
You have to improve yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have a form
Yes.
partner to test with and they test like good decks, right?
Correct.
Not some weird deck.
Yes.
But okay lah, sometimes you
Okay,
go to
correct.
local, you play weird deck.
The key to actually improving in the game, right? I say a lot of times to a lot of people lah. They ask me like, how do I improve or whatever? It's not to learn the deck. It's to learn the game.
Yeah.
So fundamentals are damn important. Like energy attachment. Where do I attach energy? Where do I sequencing, etc. lah. Long list lah. So always remember, you are learning the game, not learning the deck. Don't
because
say
deck changes all the
yeah,
time.
correct.
Yeah.
Because that's why people say, example, Clifton Go. Why is he a good player? Throughout different formats, different decks.
You
the
can
guy
just take the deck and just play.
Yes, perform consistently.
Yeah.
So I feel that having a team, okay, good. Correct, good. You call yourself a team, you have that identity. Sometimes you play, you know, pride. Happy. You know, like last time I used to be
Kampung
this.
spirit.
Yeah, I used to be this part of this team called Team Lavender lah. We were just a
Oh, shout out Team Lavender.
Yeah, I mean, we were
Pepper
just,
Rich Farm remembers.
I mean, we were just a group of friends, you know, that want to do well at
Who is
Pokemon
in
events.
Lavender?
So who was in Team Lavender basically was like me, Xavier Chua, Ruben Fong, Joshua Teo, and Perlin, Xavier's girlfriend. So out of 5 players, 3 of us went Worlds lah. So I'm not to brag or what lah, but like because we usually.
But during the era, not much people play, right?
Yeah, as in we won't say not much people play lah. Probably nationals was like the highest nationals was like 80 something people.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's still pretty like.
Were you part of
because-
the nationals?
Yeah.
Just one
I
of those.
think so. I think he played.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think having an identity sometimes pushes you far into the game, but most importantly, it's not having a team lah. Most importantly, is having like friends that actually they can play test with you. They don't have to be good players. I mean, it's a plus if they are good players, but after all, they are your friends ma.
Yep.
So after all, like you should enjoy the game lah. You don't treat the game as like torturous. Like if they come down play, sian. Then what's the
Then why you playing in the first place,
Then why
right?
are you torturing yourself? You
Yeah.
should love the game to want to improve further in the game
exactly.
lah. I feel like that's the correct approach lah. Yeah. Of course, sometimes you feel burnout, then just take a break lah. Like
Switch your deck off.
Like for me, I didn't play throughout my 10 years lah. Like I stopped in between, then I came back, then I realized Pokemon is fun again, then I continue playing. You know.
So this guy is like smoke, then stop smoking.
Okay,
Then
yeah.
smoke, then now take 2 cigarettes, smoke at the same time.
I think I'm reaching the point where I really love the game now, so I really want to.
He really loves the game now. Eddie, do you love the game? Now the question is back to you. Do you love the game?
Normal.
You only love it when you win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
And speaking of winning, both of you joined the first ever Southern Islands Open. So we had
The second biggest.
What?
Second biggest Pokemon event this past weekend.
Second? How? A 16-player event. How is
16
it?
player event.
How is it big?
I mean,
okay, just to clarify, so
Yeah.
we had 4 qualifiers happen the past 2 weeks.
Alright.
Top 4 of each qualifier would be invited to this Professor Juniper's Invitationals. So, but the Tony special was that we decided on the 4th qualifier onwards, it will be Astral Radiance.
Yeah.
So we got to try out a lot of new cards. We let the players proxy their cards. Thanks, boss. We let them proxy their cards. So I think on Q4 already we had a lot of interesting decks.
Yeah.
Palkia, of course, made an appearance.
Miltank,
BCV, Malamar.
Reggie.
The Reggie
The boys.
The Reggie boys also made an appearance as well. And for the Juniper Invitationals, which happened also during the same night as the Singapore.
Some people had a really long day.
Yeah, after
Like
that,
Yen, he played and he like.
after you said played, they came all the way here and joined us. They climbed as
But
well.
I'm glad he won something.
Yes, he did win
of
something.
course, of course.
So he was joined 3rd, 4th as well
I mean, you'll be
with
so late if
Xavier.
you didn't play that deck.
Don't buy like this.
Okay.
Enjoy
Let's
the
look
game.
at the deck. So the winner, congratulations
Yeah.
to Ryan.
Ryan,
He
right.
won the whole tournament with Malamar VMAX.
Yeah.
So I mean, this deck,
I love Pokemon, but I make the opponent hate Pokemon.
Yeah.
that's what it is. So the Malamar
Okay, so
VMAX,
this deck is basically telling your opponent to not play Pokemon while you play Pokemon.
correct.
Not really,
Yeah.
you don't really play also.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So,
I think
okay, just
the-
an interesting fact, right?
Yes.
11 decks out of 15 decks
yeah.
played Inteleon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Needs to be
that's why
multiple,
I feel why.
So Ryan was the only player in the whole all 15 players who played Jolteon,
Yeah,
which
the
nullifies
memory
Inteleon
cancel.
entirely.
It's good. It's a good meta call.
yeah,
It's a
I feel
fantastic
great
meta call.
Yeah.
And this Astral Radiance, there's a new EV that we can evolve, right?
Yeah, but he didn't play. He didn't
but
play that
he
one.
I didn't play that one, yeah.
Because this EV, if we were to, you could use the first ability was V. Attack is V
Can
search.
search V,
V
3V.
fulfill.
I
Yeah.
feel the power up in this deck was Roxanne lah.
Yeah, Roxanne was a great.
Buff
great
Roxanne.
yeah.
buff
The
Roxanne
Miltank
into
also.
the.
The Miltank also.
I feel the Miltank doesn't really do much though.
At
Like,
the
it buys
right
you
time,
time
maybe.
lah, yeah.
It
At
buys
the
you
right
time,
time,
buys you
it buys
time,
you
yeah.
time lah.
But the Roxanne plus Malamar VMAX,
Yeah,
insane.
because
And
you
the
are
buff-
leaving your opponent to one card.
Yeah, Malamar, Puff, Roxanne,
yeah.
Then
perfect.
you're a new player, then you like, then you like,
Yeah, one card- yeah, I don't know.
then you just die. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he beat Yongxiang in the finals.
Yeah,
so
so
Yongxiang
Yongxiang
also played a very interesting deck.
Yeah,
It's
so
like a
one prizer, 2 box deck.
yeah. Got like
Oh, there's lots of birds there.
there are a lot of
Yeah,
birds.
I mean because the birds hit for weakness mah.
Ah.
in this
Yeah,
format.
so Galarian Moltres Darkness type. We
Yeah.
have Zera Lightning for
Remember our
the
last
Palkia.
podcast about the glasses. Yeah.
Yes, so he did play. we all like were like pretty
We like,
near the
yeah,
glasses.
but after considering and actually playing the format for a while, yeah, glasses.
Yeah, that's
buy
a
the
place.
glasses now.
Quickly buy glasses now.
Buy RH1 if
you really want to play RH?
Play one RH in your deck.
Yeah.
I really think this deck has like because I saw recently I think internationally there was a deck that was like this as well.
So basically
Really-
how this deck is it's a reactive deck lah. So you just react to whatever your opponent is playing.
Yeah,
you know.
your opponent-
It's actually a control deck.
Yeah, because there's a lot of options you can take with this deck. But then again, Jolteon just shuts this deck down lah. Because
Yeah.
you have he's
Internet.
taking up your options to
What
have
can he
options.
possibly do? If
I
there's
mean, he
Jolteon on
can-
the field,
He can Snorlax Gomatize into 7 and then after that Kana Mani into 4 then hope that he can play the game from there. Because that's why this is why the Jolteon deck is so good because these days almost everybody is running Inteleon. But then again, like I said, I think in Q4,
Yep.
I commentated. I said this deck if you play against another Bibarel deck, so it will be very the matchup will be very technical because whoever has the higher technical skills, who knows when to boss order or when to money, when to disrupt the opponent, will probably win the matchup. So going forward into this format, I feel maybe some players would choose not to run Italian, even though the Italian engine is wonderful. You know, you heard,
Yeah.
Bibarel.
you heard me preach about how I love Italian.
Do you remember the episode where you asked people to vote for Italian or Bibarel?
Yeah. So like because of this, you know, this hate that Italian is facing.
It's so good. You tell Jolteon, right? It stops the Palkia.
Yeah, true.
It stops the Palkia sit there and just everything shut down.
That's really true.
Yeah.
And because of now, and especially now that Roxanne is in the format, you know, Bibarel like gains. I mean, you will. I believe you will see more play lah. Just that I hate the RNG portion part of it lah.
Yeah.
But no choice lah. Sometimes when the game becomes like that, you have to adapt lah.
And also one thing interesting was the Radiant Great Ninja. So if you get Puff,
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can use
Yeah,
because he has a rule box.
He has a rule box, so it's like
Yes.
everything locked.
Don't be that guy who doesn't know. Now you know.
Yeah, now you know. Now you know.
Yeah, now you know.
So he also, Yongside played Zero Aura. That was for the
Yeah,
Palkia
Palkia
matchup.
matchup.
How many Palkias were there? Again?
Okay, so just now I did a quick count, before
Yeah,
the.
yeah.
I
what
think
was
it's
the
easier to
podcast?
count those that are
Yeah.
not podcasts.
Yeah. That was just how many
I think it
Palkias.
was 8 or 9, right?
Yeah. Who played Palkia in the?
Yeah, I mean myself, I played Palkia.
Then he played Palkia as well.
Cancel.
Yeah, he played Palkia. as
Cancel,
well.
you play Palkia also.
You used to play Palkia as
Okay,
well.
Italio, play Italio.
Yeah, so
I hate Titan, I
Palkia,
become Titan.
Palkia is a really strong card. After
It's
playing
yeah.
a few games with it, I really
Impressive.
feel it's impressive. But then again, here comes the question because since we are moving into this Astral Radiance
Yes.
format already, right? Do you think that Mew will actually make a comeback because people have to tag for both sides, especially if you're playing Arceus.
Yes.
Now I have to tag for Palkia, I have to tag for Mew.
Yes.
So if I'm naturally tagging for both
Yeah,
sides,
you
my
already-
consistency
it drops.
drops. So
Okay, so I want to ask you,
yeah.
Worlds will be what format?
Yeah, so
Yeah, we
okay,
don't know.
so
Let's
until
see.
now
Okay,
we
so
don't know. I'm
let's
assuming
just saying that
yes.
Let's assume.
they don't
Nice
touch
format.
anything. They
Okay.
rotate after Worlds.
Okay, let's assume that.
What's
Yeah.
your first place deck?
You are.
Mew ah?
No lah. I don't. What's my first place?
You think-
or what would I play?
No, what will the first place be?
Wow, this is
No.
very hard.
Oh, last time we
I
were-
have
we
no
were
idea.
Yeah, I feel that either junior or senior I will from you that.
Okay, we just say Masters.
Okay, let's stick to Masters.
Okay, to me, I think it's probably Arceus deck.
Arceus deck.
Because the Arceus has so much options that if someone managed to get the meta game correct, I feel that Arceus deck paired with something I don't know the something is
I
what.
mean, technically his choice can encompass like 20 decks.
Yeah.
Because they're all Arceus.
Yeah, you see, because Arceus is so flexible.
It's a good engine. So
Yeah,
Arceus
so
engine deck
that can counter the meta on the correct day. But then again, I also can see that a pure 4 Mew might win because simply because there are 14 rounds.
Yep.
Out of 14 rounds, if 13 rounds I get to play the game and I play it to a high level.
That's it.
Because my opponents are all high level also as well. But I'm playing so clean that my opponent cannot catch me on any misplay. I'm playing clean Pokemon, wow, turn 2, take 2 prize, turn 3, take 2
Jotang
prize.
come out, it doesn't stop for Mew.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, correct.
So that's why
So they have a very dead
that's why I feel that Mew still deserve to be in tier S in this format.
Yeah.
Instead of just like Mew and Arceus, there's now just one new kid on the board, Palkia. So it becomes three decks on the top. Yeah, and okay, many players also like tell me like, okay, Mew easy what? I Puff, I Roxanne Puff,
No.
2 cards. How can you play the game? Okay, you're not wrong, Roxanne Puff. But have you ever played against good Mew players? By the time they take 4 prizes or 3 prizes for you to Roxanne Puff, probably 10 cards left in the deck.
Yeah.
So if they can like better
Yeah.
compressor themselves.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've already like
The
prepared
amount of
their
turbo
deck.
cards in this format
why Mew is so scary is because I can increase my chances of drawing out of that situation,
Yep.
which makes it so scary.
Yeah.
So scary.
The boots.
The new
X.
tracking boots.
So it's like even okay, you say I don't you also me, I lose I draw boots into X into boots into X, your deck also still compressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you still compress.
So
Yeah.
I feel going forward, Mew is still. I feel like Mew is still the king, but if you ask me flexibility wise, Arceus.
So
Whereas Palkia, for now, it's only good because bad players haven't figured out how to play against it. Good players already kind of figure out if you play a lot, you know how to counter the deck or you know how your deck works.
Wow, sounds like a video idea.
Yeah, I mean, because to put it in simpler terms, Palkia is just an upgraded Suicune that cannot
Yes.
hit over 300.
Yeah.
So,
Which is good for V-Star.
Yes, because so if you know how to play against it, it's actually quite easy. I won't say that. Okay, the reason why Palkia I put it at tier 1 is because it's fast.
Yeah.
And players and sometimes you just catch not as good players they overbench stuff, the damage and etc. But if you're going to Worlds day 1, okay, you cannot expect everybody to be bad because
Correct.
they still made it day 1.
Yeah, they still got the points
They
to
still got
qualify.
the points to play day 1.
Yeah.
Especially if you are in day 2, the more you shouldn't assume that your opponent is bad.
Yeah.
You should assume that every play your opponent must be optimal.
Correct.
So that's how I mean, for me, that's how I'm gonna prepare lah. I will want to choose a consistent deck and play my 9 rounds. Hopefully, make it day 2, play 14 rounds.
Without losing to yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to lose to
So
myself.
if you play something weird, then you might get jammed. And
Exactly,
you cannot play properly.
No, I feel like if you are starting at day 2, if you feel your gut feeling tell you the meta, example like maybe 80% of the meta is going to be Mew, then just take a dark deck and go in whack you know, that's my meaning But if you are unsure of the meta, I feel that you especially like
It's better to have an all-rounder.
Yeah, cause for players that going towards this year, for Singapore players I'm talking to you all like if you
Advice.
Because it's the first time you're going to
Advice
Worlds,
from
right? Okay.
Dad giving advice.
Yeah, so the first time I went to Worlds, I played a shit ass deck okay, I played Gotitel, okay, so it's I won't say it's a shit ass deck because I played something that I was comfortable with, yes, but then a lot of games I break, so it's like quite disappointing. So I feel that you should always pick you should pick a deck you like, but make sure the deck is consistent. Make sure you get to play the game.
Yeah.
Cause the worst feeling ever is you flying there, not being able to play the game. When you love the game so much, you know, you put in so much effort, so much time, you know, testing everything. Then you draw 7 cards, you cannot play the game. Wow, the feeling sucks the feeling,
Is that how Keith feels?
No, he can play the game, but he threw the game. Yeah.
So what about you, Nick? What do you think?
Okay. Let's remember again. I mentioned about Yokohama's Champions League, right? So Palkia came out. Palkia was hot. Everybody was playing Palkia. So everybody tagged for Palkia. Everybody put it as Zeva. Who won the end? You won the end.
Exactly.
So for me as a Mew player, I'm gonna say Mewtwo V-Star. No lah, Mew gonna win lah. I have my bets on Mew.
So this guy's an RCS guy. So you are a Mew guy.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Oh.
very for that.
No, Worlds lah.
Worlds.
If you were playing
If you're,
I mean, sorry.
No, because say which deck will win Worlds? Newfield.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a center watching win.
Mewtwo V-Star.
I mean, there's still a set
there's still
coming
one more
up.
set.
There's one more set.
Go,
Only
go,
one
go.
go.
Okay, we just said like currently the decks that we know.
Yeah. You Astral Radiance law.
Yeah.
What do you think is the BDI?
Because it's the biggest set mah. Right after it's the Pokemon Go, right?
Yeah, it's Pokemon is a
Next
mini
one.
set. Yeah, it should be worse like if there's not if they're not rotating. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Oh, we put him on the spot here.
Wow,
Yeah.
he's actually thinking.
Oh, the Pepper Shot actually.
Rapid Strike Urshifu.
Wow, actually, that's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Actually, because the card inherently itself is strong.
Yes.
And like I said,
No, actually,
okay.
but then for
Arceus-
Pepper Shot, now I'll pay
yeah.
mana fee, so maybe not Pepper Shot actually.
Okay, okay.
You just-
but
It depends. It depends because like
Because you see, you boss, then you bomb,
Yeah.
then you kill the mana field.
You cancelling Cologne format as
Your
well.
boss.
Yeah, and there's cancelling Cologne. Yeah.
Boss, you cancelling Cologne.
The nuts play lah. The
Yeah,
nuts
it's
play
the
lah.
nuts play.
Yeah, the nuts play.
More
yeah.
cancelling Cologne. Like remember pre-EUIC, decks stopped playing Manaphy.
Yeah,
like,
because they
had,
disrespected.
yeah.
Urshifu.
And then Urshifu started coming
No,
in waves.
but even after NAIC, right, what we saw was even if people play Manaphy, good Urshifu players can play around it.
Exactly.
So that shows how strong the card is. But I feel that because our format has become very weird because V-Stars, right, they are weak to V-Max's deck. So how the interaction between this the card game now is if I get the first hit on your V,
Yeah.
plus advantage. If you get the first hit on my V, negative advantage. This is why we see Palkia's decks, they run cross feature because they want to get the first hit on the V, on the relevant Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, but the thing, they
Yeah.
also play because of DNC also.
Yeah, but Dancy is not a thing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
What do you
I
think?
don't know.
I think I can beat DNC if like Pepper Shot actually.
I think Mew. For
Mew,
me, I
ah.
think.
Yeah, I also feel that this is the year that consistent like a very plain vanilla deck might win like back in 14.
Because technically everybody's soft reset. in a
yeah.
way. Like we gonna snap out lah by the Thanos like that. Then we
Yeah.
come back. So I feel like a deck that's like the most consistent
Can do what it wants,
Yes.
as most of the time can
and
do what it wants.
a good consistent deck can help you. Like the deck can carry you. You do less mistake level ma. You boot, you still might get something. That's what I think.
Yeah,
Cause
especially
that-
at
cause-
such a high level, those players. I mean, you can take a look at
You
how
see,
the
like, you-
Australians play Mew.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they already like so high level already. So
Yeah.
the only difference is not skill because they all got skill.
Yes, it's already down.
You're not
to-
gonna have some guy that only sleeves the V and don't sleeve. You're not gonna meet those kind of people anymore. You're just gonna meet people that actually they're gonna sit down fight Henry Brand. You're gonna sit down fight all these people. So
Top red player,
the only
all the big
difference
names.
that they have is luck.
Yes,
It's just
correct.
luck.
And experience lah.
And
Like,
experience,
yeah.
yeah.
Like I said, actually burning down the time, burning down time clock is actually a skill also. A lot of things lah actually in this kind of
Dark arts. He's teaching dark arts now.
competitive
Defense
scene
against
lah.
the
Defense
Yeah.
against the dark arts.
Like there's a lot of small things you can do. You know, sometimes you can because you are all everyone that made it to Worlds is to a certain extent good.
Yeah.
You can't say they suck because they got points.
Correct.
They are there. Yeah. So the only difference is sometimes down to the a bit of luck or like my deck run that day I run a bit hotter than you or like yeah.
But that's why I feel Mew can essentially run hot by itself.
Yeah.
So
That's
it
why
can carry
feel,
itself
yeah.
lah.
Some of the artists cannot run.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just
So yeah lah. The big three lah for this
Big
format are probably Arceus, Mew,
Palkia.
Palkia lah. Yeah.
How about
Palkia. Yeah. Sorry.
How about some like other out of meta like I
Okay,
mean
okay.
like let's give example like Yusian he got joined third fourth with Blissey.
Okay.
This
This
is the Shintaro Ito.
Yeah.
You are doing a Shintaro Ito now.
Yusian is the Shintaro Ito.
Yeah, he's the Ordino now.
Oh, he's the Ordino.
Okay,
Ordino,
so
yeah.
this kind of decks, right? I feel that it's only good if people are unprepared or like people it's totally off people's
It's
radar.
a day one deck.
Huh?
It's a day one deck. Then like a lot of people they just keep thinking, oh, if I go that's like come on, what flip one mutangs and
Yeah,
It's like that day, okay, what I saw was Gerald Ong, he played against Yusian. So they flip over. Then Gerald just sit there and he just say, what can my deck do? My deck can't hit you. Actually his deck can hit with a Starmie.
Yes, the Starmie can.
But the thing is he didn't know at first. So he was at the back. That's how a player did with this kind of deck.
wait, you know the Sami can hit through
He,
Mutant?
he never read lah.
Yeah, I mean,
He was thinking of just
Yeah,
using
still
it to
knew that,
go
yeah.
through the thing. He didn't know there's a strat attack, ma.
Yeah.
No, but on Thursday he told me, hey, the Sami really good, can shred. He
Yeah,
told me that,
that was after the
Maybe
match.
forget.
No, before, it was before.
It was after the match. Because if he know that, he wouldn't say that thing already.
Oh.
He wouldn't say that I want yeah.
For me personally, my Palkia list runs double Italian, so I'm not scared of this. Like it wasn't specifically on my radar because I run double Italian just because of the consistency, Yeah, so this is what I mean by like sometimes you try to tag against the meta, you don't really have to tag against the
What's
meta.
BC's ability,
Yeah. So BC ability is this whenever you attach an energy
Then you
to BC, you
cure the
cure
condition.
special condition.
Oh,
Yeah.
not that relevant. Because I think why you pay puff.
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Basically,
But
this
you
kind
puff
of
also
decks-
puff this one.
Yeah, I don't know lah. To me, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
But because I think
you
it's not a
cheese
bad
me,
deck, yeah.
You cheese me once,
Because
okay.
the Radiant Greninja can discard special energy as well.
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
just to
matter,
power up lah. Power up the.
But you
the-
puff already is a like a white elephant already.
Yeah.
yeah, because about different lah. I mean,
So
Can you charge it to attack?
yeah.
Yeah.
So its attack is for one energy, right?
No, it's
You-
a green ninja. You see.
Cannot.
Oh, no,
you
you
can't,
cannot.
yeah,
You cannot
you
charge. Yeah, it's just for the draw lah and the
I mean,
discarding
if you
of
want to pay
energy.
Aurora lah.
Anyway, it's a one pricer. Yeah.
Don't
you know,
lah.
you can make your opponent play the awkward 7-price game as
correct.
usual.
Lucky Solar is
Yeah.
there are two or three of this
And-
and 300 HP.
And how I feel that the deck, right? Some people play, right? I feel is they like to put the cape first. So sometimes what you mean by put the cape first is they put two capes on the field.
Yeah.
Which I think
mean,
is sometimes a very bad play. It's a very like a
Two scrapers still a thing.
because you
Especially
two
now,
scrapper
so
one.
many people play.
And
Fish,
you don't tell me you play a play set of two scrapper.
Yeah,
you play
of
one.
course.
Then you
Yeah,
two
yeah.
scrapper already. Then I play another one. Okay, you take one price. I put another one. Then the guy like, oh my god. If you
Yeah.
put two, then you like.
Because like this, his list
Yeah.
specifically play 4 K of
Yeah,
toughness
yes. Even four, you don't get to
Yeah.
draw all four the whole game.
and
Yeah.
double Sharon K.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the 1 hour game lah, the legendary 1 hour game.
Okay, the last thing I want to touch on Astral Radiance is Palkia, but not just Palkia. Like we've been discussing, I think the past week about like should you play more than 3 or 4 Irida? Should you play in the case of Xavier put in a 1/1 Ice Rider? Like what are the like interesting techs that you guys have tested throughout the week, and which are good and which are like throw in the bin?
Okay. I haven't played a lot.
Mm.
Okay, probably play less than 20 games. Yeah, to me not a lot lah.
I like the
Because I
Nessa.
don't.
I
Yeah,
really like Nessa.
I don't play online lah. That's the thing. Okay, yeah. So he likes Nessa. I think Nessa is shit.
Because
like different
Yeah.
opinions.
Nessa
opinions.
is like a cloud.
Yeah,
It's like a
okay,
cloud,
see.
but it's a much better. It's not
So
for water. Because like, let's say if they kill your intelligent or like or something like that, you can use it to recur back.
yeah,
Or
okay.
or you can like use it to search for water energy to discard for the.
Radiant Gun.
Yeah.
So as in, like there are many applications to it lah. I feel lah, but
Okay, for
because like let's say you early game you need to discard your Intellion, right, or whatever.
then there's no recovery.
There's
is
no
it?
recovery.
Yeah.
So
So I just want to think one thing. So instead of the Ice Rider, can you play the Rapid Strike Intellion? that throws water and shoot.
Because suddenly you have too many things to throw away. Because you got the Ranger and you only playing 7 water energy.
Or his stadium doesn't play training card.
Okay, I think the reason why Xavier chose to play Ice Rider is because Ice Rider hits very nice numbers, especially now in the format where like
He's
Palkia,
280, right?
Yeah, he's 280 lah. Which all the V stars is at lah.
Especially now, the recent tournaments for Brilliant Stars that just happened the past
Full
weekend.
grip games.
I think Bremen as well. I
Yeah.
saw Ice Rider.
Yeah, Ice Rider.
Coming
A
back.
lot of Ice Riders start popping up.
Later Ice Rider
I
wins.
feel like he played not only because,
Oh, what Ice Rider win worlds? Yeah.
not only because for the mirror and because okay, the weakness of Palkia, Arceus, all these decks, right? Okay, specifically these two are, like I said, VMAX. Because VMAX 300 plus HP, you cannot one hit.
Yeah.
So if they get the hit on you first, you have to use 4 prizes to trade for 3 prizes, which then after that you lose out. Yeah. And okay, Irida, for me, I love the card.
I think it's very good.
Yeah, I think it's
very good. Yeah.
I mean, it's only good.
Yeah,
It's only
so-
good, but it's only good.
so-
Listen to the local grinder.
okay.
It's only good until Italian until Italian.
You see, you can Irida the Radiant Granger also.
Yeah, I know. But then like once Italian was out, the Italian isn't a good trainer.
Okay. I won't say it won't be. I want to say it will become lousy, but I think it's still.
Like you
not-
drop
it
probably
just
to a
be-
B. You already dropped to a B.
No, I still think it's an A because it's still not
You
as
can
good as now lah.
Luminion,
Yeah.
Irida, Battle Pass.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know that, okay, me and Xavier played this combination of cards which Luminon and VIP pass, one off.
Yeah.
Because the idea is we don't need 4 VIP passes because this is not new. We cannot turbo draw if we go first to try to get the VIP pass. However, if we go second, as long we draw a ball, any ball outs or Irida, we could actually play VIP the 1 VIP pass.
Yeah.
Or we could just ball for the Luminon into the VIP pass. Yeah, so I played the deck. I made for my list. I was going into the event thinking that I'll play a lot of mirror. Yeah, but unfortunately I misplayed against Xavier lah. Then I threw the game lah. Yeah, because I haven't played much long enough. Like I removed the path so that he could Greninja to draw into the win. They kind of sports war things. Yeah. So
Which comes with like playing more.
yeah,
things
so
with
I think
Palkia.
playing more. Yeah, so I think but Palkia is really strong just because
He hard.
it hits. Number one, it hits hard. Number two, even you try to control your bench, it doesn't matter because it still hits you.
Yeah.
Number,
Vista.
yeah, the Vista power is quite broken lah. You can suddenly flood like what 3 energies
On the board, yeah.
on the board, yeah. And Irida is really really strong. So like from the limited testing I have, I feel that Irida, I would not say I have no idea if it's the superior engine because right now you see everybody is still. We won't know if people will start playing more Jolteon. If people are actually playing more Jolteon, then maybe the drawing power version of this deck will be better.
Yeah.
The one with 2 research, the one with more money, more natural draw, more melody. But for now, I will stick with Irida lah. I really feel it's very very strong. And for the mirror, Xavier also played Leon lah, which
It's a good card.
me and him talk about it lah.
Somebody got caught off
Yeah.
guard by that.
Plus
Yeah,
30.
so and Danny was saying Nessa, but because for the limited games that I played in Mirror, I feel that you don't have time to play the Nessa because games are so fast, especially in Mirror. So that's why
I mean, it's not for me, like for
Yeah.
a few other matchup. Like
no, because I feel for the other matchup you just run through people because you just bang with the
as in,
Palkia.
Yeah, no,
and you
no.
still have cross switcher to select who you want to bang.
what do you think about Cheryl?
You are too slow because if you are playing Cheryl, you already lost the game.
You're supposed to run
yeah.
through everything.
I mean,
Because
because, like, you
okay,
can-
I understand. You can Cheryl and
Then
you can
the
GX
Vista-
into the
Vista
I mean, sorry, Vista into the
energy bag
into
again.
the energy and to take another hit, right?
Yeah.
But most of the
You
times
should
when
end
you
the game already.
most of the time when you play, right, your GX you are forced to use in front, especially if you go second. Yeah, or you with the thermal attachment. So that's a thing to note lah. I mean, I still haven't found a very good deck for the mirror. Hence, maybe that will be the reason why I won't even touch this deck because the mirror is so
Just
cancelled.
wait for some guy to break the format in like 2
Yeah.
weeks time.
Yeah.
Probably any IC lah. Have to see any IC meta.
And how Palkia.
But for now, we'll just be grinding matchups lah, I guess.
Let's grind all. Have to play first all. With Danny.
We forgot to mention about Samurott. Yeah, what do you guys think about Samurott?
Okay, there's one guy that played Samurott.
Some guy played Summer. Yes.
Someone actually played Samurott.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Isn't this like
The baller.
Everyone's looking at Yuki.
So he played Samurott with
Okay, I know where he got this one already.
Who, where?
I think away from Keenan, because Keenan was playing almost a similar deck. as him.
Okay.
Yeah, Skinner was playing a Samurai in our Q4,
Yeah.
which we also commentated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
we
He
should have
played.
looked at.
So,
I lost to him on that match.
do you
but-
think this is the correct way to play Samurott?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
this guy is so good. Please,
Oh.
enlighten us.
Why?
tell us why.
Like, what would you play Samurott with?
I'll play somehow is like B power.
B-barrel.
I play with B-barrel.
B-barrel. Then what else? Like, you,
Then do what?
Like, I'll play like a darkness package. Like I'll play the
what
Galarian Moltres.
What the heck do you?
I also play.
So you play? Are you playing Arceus? Like
He's also playing
B-barrel?
Galarian Moltres, bro.
No.
Yeah.
No, then so your only way of getting damage is like what? To ping on Zigzagoon.
No, play on this, I'm going to screw up.
So essentially, what he played that day was like a more of a Urshifu deck.
Yeah.
And he played like a 2-2 Samurott. So the night before I did.
2-2, 1-1.
I mean,
Yeah,
by the way,
originally-
they played
originally,
originally played
yeah.
2-2. So I played against him, and I feel that he didn't really use the Samurott a lot. He for him is he prioritized on the Urshifu. He liked to play lah.
So basically, he's playing the old Rapid Strike Urshifu.
With a bit of upgrades.
I'm-
You know, dude, he's just there to do the shenanigans.
No, I mean, but this deck is just very cheesy. The main purpose of this deck, right?
It's to Medicham.
Yeah, it's just to turn to you Samurai, use the Beast Power, then Medicham, drop the Luga.
Yeah, see,
On
this
a
is why
Sobble,
I
on a
think...
Sobble.
Yeah, I
All
think...
done space, yeah, but it's
We...
why?
I don't think Samurott should be ran this way lah. Like, shouldn't be paired with another VMAX lah. I'll probably like, you know the Thought deck. So like last time Thought deck, instead of like 2-2 Urshifu, you just remove, you take the backbone, then you slot in 2-2 Samurott. I feel like that's the... Might be,
play like
might be a better way to play because Samurott is efficient attacker, you know, and Samurott can one hit opponent's Vista with the power. Yeah, so I don't know. I haven't given it a try, but I think Samurott is a card.
Near Ben.
Yeah, choice belt, of course, I'm saying the choice belt,
belt, the ability.
Yeah. So remembers Yong Xiang's deck, the single prizer deck. So I'll probably jam in a 2-2 Samurott, and then I would like play whatever text I see deem is needed for the meta lah. So maybe I can take out the Galarian Moltres.
Yep.
Because I already
that
have
package,
attacker, yeah. Then I'll probably play, if you don't know, there's this Decidueye in the new set, stage 2.
He's doing the CDI.
He's doing Decidueye. So for 0 energy, it does 30 damage times the number of damage counter of your opponent. So like maybe that will be my Arceus quote unquote counter because anyway the deck runs Bird Keeper and Rowlet for the Sky Circus.
Yeah.
So Sky Circus sets up damage for Samurott. Yeah, I'll probably go down that road lah.
And he snipes Sobble.
Yeah. So I'll probably like go down that road.
And he evolves, again evolves.
Yeah,
into-
and you can play a 1-1 just to evolve because why not? I'll probably play something like that lah. Yeah. But I think there's potential in this card lah. People saying it's a tier 2, but I probably give it.
His deck is too greedy.
Probably one tier below the big 3
It's
lah.
Keith, bro.
His deck is just too greedy. There's like Pasminian. Why do you need Pasminian? Just too
Because it's a
Urshifu deck.
Urshifu deck, bro.
It's actually a
Take
Urshifu
it out
deck.
of the...
He just want to snipe out. He want to reverse rapid flow into Yoga Loop.
He want to punish. So what he did was he fight against Ryan.
He got punished.
Yeah. So what Ryan did was like he had the Joteon lah.
Yeah.
You look
Yeah,
everything
that's
shuts down.
That's how the
Yeah.
Joteon. Really, that Joteon really,
Hey, but he went
carried
further than
Ryan.
him.
Yeah, definitely. I think Keith, for the first time, Keith went further than me.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, so back to this Joteon because you see there's this interaction of Irida and Joteon. Because if you play 2 Scraper, Irida actually solves your problem.
Yeah.
Right.
You can find the
But-
2 scraper you need.
But if you're getting constantly moneyed, will you be able? So like, will you actually play higher count of Irida because you know that Joteon exists? Yeah.
I would lah.
You
It's
would,
it's the same like how as a new player you would like,
play higher stadiums. is
Yes,
it?
correct.
Yeah.
The same kind of thing. How the meta evolves. If you're seeing more players play Joteon, I definitely want to play 4 Irida already at this point.
Makes a lot of sense, right? You're not like very waste like you cannot play the game at all. You know,
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
Joteon you.
Yeah.
But then
the idea,
again, they have to
like-
draw into the Joteon and the memory
But I
capture.
think a lot of people think it's because they drizzle, then they just play like one copy, you know, they can just go and find.
Yeah.
That's the idea lah.
True.
Yeah.
Because for what I'm seeing, the US side, their Pelka list, most of them are like running lower counts of Irida, but like with like research and everything lah. Higher counts of
Okay,
research.
so normal draw.
Yeah,
options,
normal draw supporters lah. Yeah, basically, and they don't run cost features lah. But
It's just so good. It's so good.
no, because like I'm not sure it's because we are blinded by this thing that cost features so good that we
Never
see the big picture.
we never see the bigger picture, you know. So we have to test more lah.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean the meta.
But
is
from
still-
now, from
still
what I
fresh.
play, especially in Mirror, cost feature is broken lah. Yeah.
Alright, so I can't wait to see what new decks will come out locally and even international tournaments.
Definitely.
But for now, we'll wrap it up today, and then by the time we see you again, we'll probably have seen another new fancy deck might come up next. We'll
who
never
knows?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Maybe someone will break the format.
Yeah, that's true. But until then, we'll see you guys for the next episode of Topical Hour GX. Bye, guys.
Bye.